Liverpool's reported transfer targets enjoyed mixed fortunes at Euro 2024 on Thursday. Two of them came face-to-face when Italy took on Spain, and they combined in unexpected fashion to settle the match. The Reds are being linked with quite a few centre-backs this summer. The list is probably headed by Lenny Yoro, at least in terms of the volume of stories, but there have also been rumours regarding the likes of Valdemar Anton and Riccardo Calafiori. The latter scored an unfortunate own goal for Italy against the Spanish, with his mistake settling the game which ended 1-0. He was put in that position thanks to a cross from winger Nico Williams, another player in whom Liverpool is said to hold an interest. He is under contract at Athletic Club until 2027, though his release clause has been revealed by everyone's favourite self-appointed transfer expert and story seller, Fabrizio Romano. This could make all the difference in the Reds' supposed interest in the 22-year-old. Liverpool didn't tend to pursue players on long contracts during Michael Edwards' previous time at the club. It's reasonable to assume the same will be true now. He has returned and appointed Richard Hughes to his former role of sporting director. Only time will tell if he makes a move for Williams, but he does at least know the terms Athletic Club will be looking for in exchange for the Spain international. Journalist Fabrizio Romano reported that Williams' release clause is worth $62 million, due to an agreement on new deal a few weeks ago. Athletic president John Uriarte is quoted as saying, "The interest is normal, but Nico is very happy in Bilbao. We are very happy with him. We're not worried." Perhaps Uriarte should be concerned though. Williams is drawing interest from top clubs across the continent, not just Liverpool. Both Arsenal and Chelsea are said to have him on their summer shopping lists, for starters. This is interesting once you look at Williams' scouting report on FB-ref. It likens him to Gabriel Martinelli and Mykhailo Mudryk, so perhaps the Gunners and Blues are dissatisfied with their respective options for left wing. The Reds won't want to get into a bidding war with fellow members of the Premier League Big Six, but the news from Romano implies they may not need to. Liverpool fans with no real interest in international football will be using Euro 2024 as a 51-match scouting mission. If any players at the tournament are linked with a move to Anfield, supporters will immediately pour over their performances. One such man was in action on Thursday evening. The player in question is Bologna defender Riccardo Calafiori. It was recently reported by The Athletic that the Reds have made an inquiry for the 22-year-old. Rumours suggest he is man in high demand. The likes of Bayern Munich, Brighton, Manchester City, Newcastle and West Ham are all said to be interested in the Italy international too. Calafiori certainly left his mark in his nation's 1-0 loss to Spain, with Liverpool supporters very quick to pick up on what he did. Spain winger, and reported Reds target, Nico Williams had a fine game, tormenting the Italian defence time and again. 10 minutes into the second half, he found space on the left and sent a cross into the penalty box. Goalkeeper Gianluigi Donnarumma was unable to collect the ball and Calafiori steered it into the empty net for the only goal of the game. As much as the error determined the outcome of the match, the Spanish undoubtedly deserved to win. The expected goals score of 2.0 to 0.2 in their favour proves as much. Despite his own goal, Liverpool fans appeared impressed with Calafiori's performance. Some even cheekily suggested he put through his own net to lower his transfer fee. Here's a selection of comments. As you can see, comparisons were drawn with Lenny Yoro, another centre-back in whom the Reds are said to be interested. Calafiori is 4 years older than the Lille man, so it makes sense that he would be performing at a higher level at this point. The brains trust at Liverpool won't be swayed by an own goal, obviously, and will use a far greater sample of data to assess him. The fact the Bologna defender was among the top 6 players in Serie A for interceptions and aerial duel win percentage this season is a clear selling point. Calafiori will be looking to impress again when Italy faces Croatia on Monday, with a draw almost certainly enough to see it into the knockout phase. Liverpool is reportedly interested in signing Real Madrid winger Rodrigo in a potential changing of the times at Anfield. The Reds are yet to break through the £100 million, $125 million barrier to sign a player, but that could change under Michael Edwards' new role. It's been a summer of change at Anfield off the pitch as Arne takes charge of the team following Jurgen Klopp's almost decade-long time in the hot seat, while sporting director Richard Hughes and the return of Edwards in a new role with Fenway Sports Group sees Liverpool into a new era. And the changes could also lead to a different approach in the transfer market, with the Reds yet to break the £100 million mark for an arrival after previously refusing to match Chelsea's £115 million fee for Moses Caicedo last summer. Slot is expected to put his own stamp on the squad that Klopp built, and the Reds already have a number of areas that need tending to in the transfer market. Injury concerns in defense left them bare at times, while the future of Kevin Kelleher, Darwin Núñez and most notably Mohamed Salah remain up in the air. The Egyptian is currently out of contract next summer, leaving the Reds in limbo regarding whether to cash in on the interest from Saudi Arabia or attempt to tie the 32-year-old down to a new contract to avoid losing him for free. Reported interest from Barcelona in Luis Diaz means Liverpool could go big in the transfer window, especially on the wing. One of those names touted is Real Madrid superstar Rodrigo, who scored 17 times in 51 games in all competitions last season. According to Spanish outlet Sport, via Fichajes, Los Blancos have rejected a significant offer from Liverpool for the Brazilian. The report claims that the Reds were willing to spend an eye-watering $120 million, £101 million, on Rodrigo, but Madrid has declined the offer. Liverpool's interest and rejection aren't alone, with both Manchester City and Chelsea also reportedly seeing bids rejected for Rodrigo. Despite Madrid welcoming Kylian Mbappe and teenage sensation Endrick to their star-studded frontline next season, the 23-year-old still remains a key part of the team. Premier League rivals Manchester United, Chelsea, Arsenal and Manchester City have all splashed over nine-figure sums. Liverpool are as of yet still to break the bank. However, given the plethora of riches in the top tier of English football and the possibility of replacing a player as integral as Salah, Edwards could be the man close to FSG to make that happen. It will be fascinating to see what transfer business Manchester United conducts this summer. It has spent the last decade making countless poor recruitment decisions, but this is the dawning of a new era, with Sir Jim Ratcliffe having invested in the club and having taken charge of football operations. However, even if United is being run more smartly than it doesn't mean it can sign every player on its wish list. One has been ruled out due to UEFA rules, and this news could be of interest to Liverpool. The Red Devils were reportedly interested in signing Nice defender Jean-Claire Todibo, per The Athletic. The League One club is owned by Ratcliffe's company Ineos, though, which means the move cannot happen. It is not even yet certain if both United and Nice can both play in the Europa League next season, thanks to Ratcliffe's ownership of the two clubs. According to the rules of European football's governing body, no individual or legal entity can have control or influence over multiple clubs taking part in a UEFA competition. It needs to be satisfied that the two clubs are separate entities to maintain integrity. Similarly, multi-club ownership groups are not able to transfer players between each other during seasons in which they are in the same competition, or during the first window thereafter. Ratcliffe was understandably disappointed at this, as he explained when speaking to Bloomberg recently. "They've said we can sell him to another Premiership club, but we can't sell to Manchester United," he said. "But that's not fair on the player, and I don't see what that achieves." Ratcliffe also admitted that he won't be able to turn the club around overnight, and can't solve all the problems at United immediately. "It will take 2 or 3 summer windows to get to a better place," he added. Liverpool supporters will like the sound of that. Their club may like that Todibo is available too. He is excellent on the ball, recording the second highest cumulative progressive ball carrying distance towards the opposition goal in Europe's Big Five leagues this season, per FB Ref. Todibo was also among the top 3% of centre-backs in England, France, Germany, Italy and Spain for ball recoveries per 90 minutes over the last year, illustrating he is good at winning possession.